Sam Tarry was sacked because he booked himself onto media programmes without permission and then made up policy on the hoof, and that can't be tolerated in any organisation because we've got collective responsibility. So that was relatively straightforward. Of course, so far as the industrial action is concerned, I completely understand the frustration of so many working people who've seen the prices go up, seen inflation through the roof, and their wages haven't gone up. So the Labour Party will always be on the side of working people, but we need collective responsibility, as any organisation does.
Well, you mentioned collective responsibility. When Conservative cabinet ministers assume collective responsibility to defend Partygate and things like that, your supporters accuse them of being spineless. Shouldn't Sam Tarry be allowed to stick up for his principles?
I think in any organisation, certainly any political party, everybody understands that if you're on the front bench, you can't book yourself onto media programmes without permission, and you can't make up policy on the hoof. I think that's very straightforward in political parties. I think that's pretty straightforward for any organisation or any business. And so we've got collective responsibility, and that's what that's about. Obviously, the Labour Party's relationship with the trade unions is historic. They're part of our movement. They always have been, always will be. And that's why we've worked with them on things like employment rights for day one, the most comprehensive set of rights that we set out at our conference last year. So this is about collective responsibility. I think everybody understands that.
And so just to be clear then, on Saturday, when the strikes are next happening, if a shadow minister goes onto the picket line but doesn't have any unauthorised media appearances, is that okay?
Well, look, we take each case as it comes. I want to see these issues resolved, and my criticism is really of the government, because it's inevitable, I think, when you've got a cost of living crisis, that so many working people are concerned about their wages. I understand that. I understand the concerns. The role of government is to do something in relation to the cost of living crisis. It's why we were saying a windfall tax on oil and gas companies that have made more money than expected, use that to help people pay their bills, but also get people around the table to resolve these issues. The Welsh Labour government got the key players around the table and resolved the issues, and there aren't strikes there. That's the role of a responsible government.
Are you worried that the Unite Union might withdraw their funding from the Labour Party?
The Unite Union and the Labour Party have a very strong relationship. I'm a member of the Unite Union. That relationship is historic, it's present, and it will be the future of the Labour Party. And they work with us on our employment rights draft legislation, which is the most comprehensive set of employment rights that we've ever seen coming out of the Labour Party.
You said you've got a close present relationship with the Unite Union, but their leader Sharon Graham says that Labour's becoming more and more irrelevant to working people. Are you worried about why she might be saying that?
I think any trade union leader would understand the need for collective responsibility in a political party. It's very important that we have that responsibility because we want to win an election. And when we do win that election, we can then, working with our trade unions, implement those employment rights that we've already drafted and agreed. That is going to be a massive step forward for working people.